Okay, so I want to show you something. There's a Buddhist monk at a monastery on a mountain in Japan, and every morning at 3:45 a.m. he wakes up. No alarm. His body just does it now, has done it for years. And what's interesting isn't the time, it's that there's no decision happening anymore. The room he wakes up in has almost nothing in it. Thin mattress on the floor, plain walls, one small lamp. That's basically it. And the reason the room is empty isn't poverty, it's a decision. An intentional removal of anything that doesn't need to be there. He wakes up, he folds the mattress, he starts his morning. Same thing, every day, no variation. And I know what you're thinking. Okay, monk, monastery, extreme, not relevant to my life. Stay with me, because what's actually happening in that room at 3:45 a.m. is the same thing that's affecting how your morning goes right now. Here's the thing nobody tells you about discipline. The hard part isn't the action. Getting up isn't hard. Going for a run isn't hard. Sitting down to work isn't hard. What's hard is the moment before. Those 2 or 3 seconds where you're still lying there and your brain starts talking. 5 more minutes. I'll start tomorrow. It doesn't really matter today. That moment, that's where it breaks. Because in that moment, you're spending something, whether you notice it or not. Psychologists call it decision fatigue. Every decision you make drains a real cognitive resource, and the more you use it, the worse your decisions get. Most people burn through that before they even get out of bed. Not big decisions, small ones. Phone or no phone, get up or scroll, start now or delay it. Each one feels harmless, but they stack, and by midday you're tired, unfocused, and you don't know why. The monk doesn't do this. At 3:45 a.m., there's no conversation, no back and forth, no maybe. He's not more motivated than you. He just removed the part where a decision was required. What he did, and this is the actual thing worth understanding, is he removed the option to negotiate. Not through willpower, not through motivation. He just closed the question. The decision about when to wake up was made years ago and hasn't been reopened. The decision about what to do first was made years ago. He doesn't lie there thinking about it. The thinking part is gone. What exists is just what happens next. That's a completely different state than what most of us are operating in. Most of us have what you could call soft structures, a rough plan, a general intention. I'm trying to wake up earlier. I want to be more consistent. And from the inside, that feels like discipline. But every decision is still open. And when a decision is open, your brain keeps returning to it every morning, again and again. It doesn't stop until the decision is actually closed. The monk closed his decisions. That's the difference. Now here's where this becomes practical. You don't need a monastery. You don't need 3:45 a.m. You need one closed decision. Not a goal, not an intention. A closed decision means this happens at this time in this way, and whether it happens is no longer a question. Pick something small. Wake up, drink water, sit down, open your work. Same sequence, same time, no thinking. 15 minutes is enough. Not because 15 minutes will change your life, but because it proves something, that you can close a decision and not reopen it. That proof matters more than the action. Once your brain experiences that, something fixed, something non-negotiable, it starts to understand a different way of operating. The monk didn't start at 3:45 a.m. with a perfect routine. He just stopped reopening the same decisions. And over time, that stacked. There's a cost to this. You lose flexibility. You lose the feeling that today might go differently depending on how you feel. And most people are more attached to that feeling than they realize. The first week feels fine. The second week, your brain starts offering reasons. You're tired. It's cold. Yesterday was hard. One exception won't matter. And the problem is, those reasons are reasonable. That's what makes them dangerous. Because they're not wrong. They're just negotiation. And the moment you accept that, the decision opens again. And now you're back where you started. This is why most habits fail. Not because people don't try, because they never actually closed the decision. Look, most people don't want what that monk has. And that's fine. That level of structure costs something. But here's the part worth thinking about. There's the level of discipline you say you want, and then there's what your mornings actually show. What you do, consistently, before anything else interferes.